So I really need you to trust the process and the thing that you're working on at this moment. So if you are an academic at this moment, if you are a PhD student at this moment, if you are anybody in any stage, remember that everything that we do, that there is a process behind what we actually do. And it's important to focus on this process and not get really caught up in the outcomes. I know the outcomes that you get are amazing often. However, you have to focus on that process to get to the outcomes. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Masek. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people who helped me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward to help you out. Anytime in my life where I have felt caught up and I felt like I've had to have something, or I feel like I'm behind, or I feel like I'm not as good as somebody, I feel that I'm being unproductive, it's because I'm focusing too much on the outcomes. So for me, I have to take a step back and focus on the process on how to actually get something done. So it's in the joy of actually doing whatever it is that you actually gain, then focusing on the particular thing that you're actually going to get from that, right? So the process is that sort of mashing of things together and putting things together. So for this, this reciprocity project is really about doing these videos, these video vlogs and talking to you and being part of who you are, rather than focusing on what's going to happen in 5 years or 10 years or whatever, right? So we have to get into this habit of doing the things that we need to get done and acknowledge that the outcomes are going to follow from that. So if you are an academic at this moment, if you're a PhD student, if you're a master's student, whatever, you have to focus on just writing things, or maybe you're in the mode where you have to teach other people. Well, then you just teach those people and not worry about the other stuff that happens. That stuff will follow if you trust the process. And this is a message that was given to me from other people, other academics that I trust a lot, that have been very talented, and they really had to focus on the process. And there is a process whenever we do these things, even though we don't think that there is. And as we sort of follow through in the structure of, quote unquote life or academia or wherever you are, that's how we get things done in the world. And that's how we come to enjoy who we are as an individual. You're never going to get enjoyment from the outcomes. You're going to get instant enjoyment, and then it's going to disappear. All of the joy that we ever have is from doing the exercise, is from doing the work. It's from interacting with people as you do the work, as you do the things that you need to do to get to that outcome. That outcome, whether it's, it's a ceremony that you go to, whether it is standing on a podium, whether it is, actually getting a paper published or something like that, it's nice for about a day. And then after that, you have to go back and do the same thing over again and go into another process over again, another development process over again, so that you get that instant gratification. You have a glass of wine, you celebrate, and then you go back and you do the thing again and again and again. And that's a lot of life, is about trusting a process. And whether there is a real process, a real structure behind it, I don't know, but there is a pattern that we follow. And the more that you get into this pattern and enjoying this pattern, whatever it looks like for you in your life, that's when you get a lot of joy in what you're doing. And I'm telling this to myself because I have to remind myself it's the process, it's not the outcomes, where all of that joy, all of that beauty comes from in our life, where we actually really love what we're doing. So with that, go and trust the process. Know it's going to work for you. Know that there is there really is a structure in how we do a lot of things in our life, and the outcomes are only just a wee little tiny bit of how things actually, what matters in life. So with that, go enjoy it, have a beautiful life, and we will see you on the next video. All right. Oh, give me a like if you like this one. Take care. Bye.